How's it going, everyone? My name is Sinikle, and welcome back to another Higurashi When They Cry. So, before we jump right into Arc 4, titled Himatsubushi, let me go ahead and apologize for the infrequent uploads, as I have been going on and off with the uploads in my hiatus. All I can say is I got a new computer and some things fell apart, but I'm getting to fixing them as I progress further along with those fixes. So far, I think everything is fine, hopefully. So this is why I'm doing a trial video here. It's not going to be a long video. It's going to be probably 30 to 40 minutes. Hopefully we can find a good place to stop. But let me stop rambling. Let's actually go ahead and continue because we got some stuff to read. Start. Oh? No laughing kids anymore? Himatsubushi, for you the final mystery, time-killing chapter. I now entrust you with all the mysterious. It's already going to the good start, man. Mysteries hidden within Higurashi When They Cry. Okay. However comical it may be, if you have reached any conjecture, then you have passed. This final novel in the question arc, by the way, is a meager reward for you. Conjecture is impossible. You have the right to reject this story. So basically what it's saying is that it has nothing to do with Keiichi and others. It's a little bit of backstory, basically. So it's not necessarily canon, but it is canon and it fits in between some stuff. It answers some questions, but also gives you some questions to think about. So let's go ahead and start. There they are, you little fuckers. Who is the criminal, you ask? Don't we search for them in this story? Who is the criminal, you ask? Do you even know what the criminal did? Who's the criminal? Who is the criminal who will kill me now? Frederica Bruncastle. Midsummer, 1985. And by the way, this is going to be pretty short. It's the shortest of all the question arcs, I believe, as well as the answer arcs. I'm not entirely certain about that. This may go between 4 to 6 or 7 videos. Reason why I'm saying it's the shortest of the other arcs. As well as, we are not playing as Keiichi Maebara this arc. Surprisingly, we're going to be playing as someone else, who I hope we get to be introduced to. I had misread the time, and ended up arriving too early. The schedule board flipped with a series of clacks. My flight to Sapporo was still a bit later on, and I think it's a little bit loud on the sound effects, which is connected to the music, by the way. Still weird. Okay, that should be good, hopefully. I still had over an hour before boarding. Well, I might as well close my eyes for a bit on that bench over there then. I came here directly from work, so maybe the fatigue from that was making me sleepy. Finding a suitable bench, I put my luggage on the seat next to me and settled down. Oh, so we're playing as Akasaka? 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 Akasaka. Alright. It's gonna get hard getting used to that. I sighed like an old man. I'm already there, boy. I'm only 27. I had hoped to stay young forever. Good luck with that. But had become splendidly middle-aged. Oh, fuck you. You're not even there yet. Maybe. Who am I to judge? What? I'm only going off by his sigh. I mean, he sounds young from that sigh, but I could be wrong. Apparently, the rumor that even people in the later half of their 20s Oh, so he's basically almost the same age as me. You're calling yourself middle-aged. Motherfucker. Experience a decline in their physical strength wasn't a lie. It had been mind-numbingly busy at work lately, so I rarely had any time to myself. And by the way, as I said, new computer, so basically new setup. So if my mic's audio is lower or higher than the in-game audio, I'm terribly sorry. I have to fuck around with the settings again because it's a new computer, it's a new setup. I'm gonna have to mess around with audio settings and visual settings here and now, so again, terribly sorry. This might have been the first time I'd been able to enjoy a journey alone like this since I was a student. The reason behind this trip was to meet with an old friend. It was a bit strange to call him an old friend. In fact, it might be better to call him a bad one. Wait, what? After retiring a couple years ago, he moved to Sapporo, his mother's hometown. His mother passed away soon after, and he was now peacefully enjoying his second lease on life. His name was Kurodo Oishi. What the fuck? Oishi-sama. He was a former detective from the primary investigation unit at the station in Okonomiya blank prefecture. So wait, okay, so this is a few years after the events of I could have sworn it was before, right? Oh, maybe he's gonna bring us into like a flashback of this happened years ago. I don't know. Okay, already I'm confused. I know a few things, only a few smidgets of this arc, just so I know. Never mind. Anyway, to be honest, the only direct contact we ever had didn't last more than 3 days. After that, we exchanged New Year's cards, but never met again. So this would be the first time meeting him in 7 years. In other words, we met 7 years ago. Yeah, I guess you can go that okay, I'm just stating that I know I'm rambling. Get on with the story, Sinikle. I know, I'm sorry, but I just hate it when they do that. They say the same shit twice in a roundabout different way. It's so annoying. In 1978. Yeah, whatever. There was something I just had to ask, to talk to him about concerning that time. To explain that, it was impossible not to recall the incident that happened back then. That kidnapping, the details and resolution of which were resigned to darkness. Also, it was impossible not to recall a certain mysterious girl. Her name is Mamoru Akasaka. It was a year that had been strangely hot, even though it was only June. Again with June. The cursed year. Jesus Christ. I mean month, sorry. Oh my! Ma. Hello? I can't hear. I think my ears were blown to smithereens. Fuck, that was loud. Holy shit. Okay. Oh, fuck my ass. Alright.
Hai, sayonara.
Jesus Christ.
車に気をつけるんですよ。
Yeah, watch out for cars, you little fuckers.
お友達の家に寄り道なんかしないように。明日の教科書の準備は必ず寝る前にしておくんですよ。
The lively sounds of children running towards the hallway.
でさ、知ってんだぜ。
そんなの俺持ってるわよ。いらねえよ。
The unique high-pitched voice of youth. The energetic shrill of the cicadas went completely unheard by the ears. Children returning home from school split off one by one from their groups of friends as they went through intersections in the residential area. Even though there were several of them in the group as they left the school, as they got closer to their homes, their numbers dwindled. That's why the fewer friends you were walking home with acted as an indicator that you were that much closer to your destination.
じゃあな。あばよ。
また明日ね。
He finally parted ways with his last friend. Still a little bit loud. That actually might be on my end instead of the game. Yeah. Okay. A van was parked at a bend in the road. The window was open, the sound of the radio leaking outside. It must have been the news or something.
たため、道路交通法違反、公務執行妨害で3名を逮捕しました。一連のひなみざわダム建設反対をめぐる運動は、先月の機動隊との流血事件を境に過激化の一途をたどっており、
Oh, there we go. Talking about the dam project.
警察では過激な活動家による次の事件を警戒しています。先週も建設省庁舎前での犬飼建設大臣への直訴事件があったばかりで。
At that moment, a man's face peeked out suddenly from the window of the van. His behavior was a little different than that of the man looking around to see if there was any incoming traffic before he opened the door of his vehicle. His eyes meeting suddenly with the unfamiliar man, the boy panicked slightly.
ウグイス OK。
ひばり OK。前後2ブロック確保した。いいぞ。
The man in the passenger seat whispered quietly. Nodding in acknowledgement, the man opened the door and stood before the boy.
君、犬飼俊樹君？
The fuck? Is this the kidnapping the guy earlier was talking about? While asking that, the man peered at the boy's name tag. Toshiki Inugai. The name was written plainly there. I guess that was. Okay. In broad daylight, too. Jesus Christ. The phone rang for a third time. If he reached out, he could easily pick up the receiver. However, he was concerned that if he picked it up before it had even finished ringing once, whoever was on the other end of the line would think him a fairly cheap person. That's why he normally never picked up the phone until the third ring. Even he thought it was a worthless habit. However, his thinking that there isn't much meaning in waiting for just 3 rings, wouldn't waiting for 5 be alright, was very much a reality. His mind filled with such trifling thoughts. He picked up the phone after the 3rd ring had finished, its reverb dampened, weird word, by his action.
はい、もしもし。
Oh, okay. Wait, what?
もしもし。
Hello? What the fuck? He knew that sometimes due to the malfunction at the switchboard, calls didn't connect well. At those times, it was best to hang up and let the person on the other end call again. Thinking that the moment he began to hang up the phone, he sensed that he was definitely connected after all. He felt the presence of a person on the other end of the line, keeping silent.
もしもし。
There was no way they didn't hear his question. What was the meaning of this? It wasn't like he didn't know that people could use silent calls to harass others. However, he'd never received a call like that until today. Maybe he was just lucky before, but he didn't believe that he would receive such a call on this phone. There were no direct calls to or from this line. Everything had to go through an operator. Therefore, there was absolutely no way the call would be connected unless it was verified that there was somebody else on the other end of the line. That's why he didn't understand how to deal with this silent call, and instead settled into confusion.
あんた、誰だか知らないが、用がないなら切るよ。また、かけ直してください。
Intended that to be the parting line, he made to slam down the receiver. It was at that moment the person on the other end spoke for the first time. Yep. You didn't say who you were, so I was anxious. Well, people don't usually answer the phone these days with their names. It's all hello, yeah, or what? He couldn't help but be surprised by the extremely strange voice on the other end of the line. Was there a human alive who could speak with this hoarse and metallic voice? No, this was a voice he had heard somewhere before. That was the kind of voice that was on those lowbrow documentaries that they'd use when they wanted to hide the identity of the speaker, wasn't it? Yeah, voice changer. The voice he was hearing over the line was exactly like that.
あんた、誰？
それはこっちが聞いてるんですよ。あんた、犬飼大臣じゃないの？
He, the new guy, hesitated to answer. I'm probably butchering the last name, by the way. I don't know, but I most likely am. Unable to discern the intent of the suspicious phone call, he had a vague feeling that something was off. He thought about hanging up the phone and asking the operator who initiated the call. However, he forced himself to restrain that urge, and for the time being chose to state his name and listen.
そうです。犬飼です。名乗りましたよ。だから、あんたも名乗ってくださいよ。
私の名前なんてどうでもいいんです。まず、あなたがどういう立場に置かれているか、それを認識するところから始めましょう。あなたは今、自分の席で電話をしていますね。
Well, yeah.
では、あなたの席の右側の一番下の引き出しを開けてみてください。
The fuck? Okay, the kidnapper is obviously someone who this new guy knows. Because how would the kidnapper get to where he works or where he is and intentionally place something in a place where he would only be able to access to? So obviously they know each other. And, okay. I don't know if you all heard that, but someone's very asshole-ish outside. Okay. The lowest drawer to the right of the minister's office. Oh, the minister's, what the fuck? Chair? There was a lock on it. Not enough to function as a safe, but nevertheless, it was a drawer that contained some valuable things. That's why a new guy thought that the person wanted some of the important information contained within that drawer.
すまんが、開けるつもりはないよ。自分の名前も名乗れんやつの言いなりになる言われはない。
Why do I have the strangest suspicion that this kidnapper is actually someone from Hinamizawa during this whole dam project fiasco? And this minister guy is being threatened by one of those big three families. I don't know, I just got this weird feeling. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, explain to me why. Oh, is it gonna be like a fucking hand? This is one part of the person that you love the most. Fuck with us, and you'll receive more pieces. New guy didn't like following orders from the suspicious person one bit. However, he was concerned about what the man said about regretting it, so he decided to open the drawer. He took the small key he kept stowed in his wallet and unlocked the drawer. His hand stopped right before he opened it. What if there was a bomb inside, and it would explode if the drawer was opened? That delusion took hold of him. He quelled that instinct and opened it. Did you do it? Okay, and the cicadas are chirping right now.
そこにあるものが何かわかりますよね。
What's in there?
これはどういうことだ？
What's in there?
おい、
どういうことか説明する
The
必
fuck?
要なんかないですよね。
What is it?
時間を差し上げますので、少しお考えください。
What the fuck is it?
また後ほどこちらから連絡いたします。
Give me this information, bitch.
それでは失礼。
God damn it.
おい、待て。もしもし、もしもし。
The call had already ended. That would not change no matter how much he yelled at it. Even still, Inugai, without realizing that, continued yelling into the receiver for a while. The drawer was still open. On top of the folders crammed into the drawer, it lay there. Toshiki Inugai. Okay. Oh, okay. It was the name tag of the kid. Okay. Is that his son or something? Well, they displayed his name as kidnapping or kidnapper, so yeah. Okay. Enshrined there completely out of place as if it were cowering. Huh. This story is a work of fiction, obviously. Higurashi when they cry. Cool! Weird. Ooh, opening. Alright. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. I didn't like the opening. I don't like that. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Who the fuck? Do you remember, Yuki? I think I'm butchering that name so hard. This picture. Yeah, what about the picture? This is where I first proposed to you. Okay. That brief moment before you nodded back. You probably wouldn't know just how much it seemed like an eternity to me. So many pauses there, I have no idea why. Yes, I would have never thought that amount of time could feel like an eternity. Compared to how long I had to wait for you to propose to me like that. It was ha 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 ha. Fucking Christ, I don't know why there's a laugh there. Weird. From the moment I met you until today, compared to the time I've spent since I was born, it might only be a brief period, but they were definitely precious, beautiful days that deserve to be called an eternity. That time continues even now. I'm so confused right now. It's like they're talking about two things at once. I don't know what the fuck's going on. From now on, I wonder if it'll be a boy or maybe a girl. Okay, someone's having a child as well. Either one is fine, boy or girl. Either way, it's living proof that we love each other. If it's a boy, we'll name it after you, Mamoru. Mamoru? Yeah. If it's a girl, we'll put the Yuki from my name in hers. Thinking about names is so fun that in the end, we still haven't decided yet. There's still time to puzzle over it. Not that long of a time, actually. You see, Yuki. Maybe it's Yukai. Is it Yukai? I don't know. Anyway. There's something I have to apologize for today. It's about your job. Sorry. It looks like an annoying bit of work has come up. In the worst case, I might not be able to be there for the delivery. It's fine. You have a very important job. Fuck that. I don't give a shit if a boss like threatens to like fire me or something. I'm gonna be there for the delivery of my fucking child. Hello? That's a fucking important step in your fucking life. Seeing the delivery of your fucking child. Be there, bitch! What you do protects the way we live. Fuck that. Fuck protecting the people. I need to protect my wife and my child. Compared to you, it's nothing. Please go ahead. When you return, I'll be waiting here with our child. Thank you. Also, I'm sorry. Please don't apologize. If you feel guilty about it, then you can just atone. If I atone that much, no matter how much money I have, it won't be enough. Hee hee. It's a joke. Now go on. You pathetic little weasel. As I left the room, I bumped into an elderly man. It was Yukai's father. I'm just going with Yukai for now, or they give a fuck anymore. In other words, my father-in-law.
お父さん
Oh.
邪魔する気はなかったからな
Oh, so, oh, okay, it might be Yuki then, because Yuki is a girl's name, I believe. Well, it could be unisex, right? Shit, I don't... Whatever, fuck off. Son of a bitch.
廊下で待たせてもらったよ
Okay.
聞き耳を立てるつもりはなかったが聞こえてしまった生きたまえ
No.
ユキエはああいう娘だ
It is Yuki. Okay, thank you for clearing that up, stepfather. I love you a long time. What?
何があっても自分が君の枷になることを望むまい
私はこれまで幸恵にさまざまな犠牲を強いてきました。出産という人生の節目にまで彼女に犠牲を強いることを恥じます。
You should be ashamed.
君が本当にそう思うなら仕事が終わったら幸恵のために時間を割きなさい。
By the way, for those who usually watch or read visual novels for themselves, this moment, major fucking, like, oh shit, it's death flag or red flag, either of those two. You can already tell that the main protagonist of this fucking arc, this guy that we're fucking playing as, he gonna be dead. Alright, I can already see it. Because they're saying all this fucking gooey bullshit here. God damn it. Well, sorry kid and wife, you're gonna lose a husband and father. Sorry. I'm gonna take a drink of water now because, well, that's all I have. Yeah. Try to mold that one over. Okay. Anyway,
君が仕事を投げ出して付き添ってくれるよりも、そうした方がきっと幸恵も喜ぶだろう。
How? What?
ありがとうございます。
君がとても大切な仕事をしていることは私もよく知っている。
My sleeping schedule is all fucked up too, and I'm extremely tired when I shouldn't be.
自分の仕事を誇りに思いなさい。
So if you hear me yawn, I'm terribly sorry.
幸恵は君が見事難題を解決して凱旋するのを楽しみにしている。
はい。
I jumped into the taxi that was waiting outside. Compared to the time when I first got here, the numbers on the fare meter had grown considerably. Oh, great. It seemed the modest time Yuki and I had spent together wasn't so modest from the objective point of view.
待たせてすみません。やってください。
いえいえ。では参りますよ。
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, take your time. It's only gonna be more cash for moi. Fuck you. The taxi jerked. Okay, what the fucking hair? God damn it. The taxi jerked as it changed gears to accelerate. Soon bearing the hospital, my wife was in behind a throng of buildings. Weird fucking sentence. Okay. If it was to end up as a really troublesome ordeal, I probably wouldn't be returning for quite some time. To call a rookie like me, and on top of that, one who's off duty, it seemed that the section chief was calling for all hands on deck. I almost did. What? The veteran... Sorry, I'm a child. The veteran upper brass gathering on the emergency basis happened occasionally. This was the first time, though, that I experienced everybody gathering together like this. Whatever was happening, there was no doubt it was going to be something novel. Right when my wife was ready to give birth. If I wanted to spend time to curse my misfortunes, I'd be here all day. Even the verdant ginkgo trees lining the street that always brightened my mood seemed to lack some of their usual luster. Eventually, the government office came into view. Briefly holding my breath, I let the feelings of my tension course through my body once again. I had to remember the work I was doing was important, necessary, and difficult. I composed myself and sharpened my wits. Ready? The taxi stopped in front of the building. Oh. Okay, we're getting a lot of, like, title screens there.
室長、全員揃いました。
Huh. Weird. This arc is very weird. Huh.
赤坂くん、ブラインド下ろしてくれる？
The blinds were usually closed when they needed to use the projector, or if the discussion was going to contain some particularly disturbing content. The blinds closed with a satisfying sound, darkening the interior of the room. Immediately, the inside of the room was completely drained of the pleasant morning atmosphere, leaving behind only the cold illumination of the fluorescent lighting. After the supervisor ensured that everyone was present. For some reason, my mouth can only say pleasant. Present. He nodded to the section chief once again. My mouth is not working. With everybody on the edge of their seats, the chief stood up solemnly. How long have I been recording? 34 minutes. Fuck me. And began to give his report.
推定48時間前、建設大臣の孫にあたる建設省幹部の子息が誘拐された模様です。建設大臣は事態を穏便に済ませるため、警察へ通報せず要求に応じるものと思われます。
It seemed that approximately 48 hours earlier, the Minister of Construction's grandson and those of his senior staff members were kidnapped. So yes, it is related to the Hinamizawa Dam project, and of course, It's probably connected to the big 3 families of Hinamizawa. Fan-fucking-tastic. The reason why it was phrased that way was because the person in question didn't admit it had happened.
大臣宅の通話を監視した結果、都外からと思われる不審な電話が数件確認されました。
Yeah, probably one of the big 3 families did the kidnapping and the phone call there.
誘拐された子供は病気療養中となっているが、通院の形跡はなく、周辺での目撃例もなく。
Which is actually very interesting because this is the first time we've heard about this kidnapping. Alright, in the previous 3 arcs, we've only heard about dismemberment, some riots, some protesting, nothing too fucking extreme. Well, dismemberment is pretty fucking extreme, sure. But kidnapping is another league in itself, so... This is actually the first time we're hearing about it. Because I don't remember ever them talking about kidnappings happening. I don't know. It's weird. Unless I'm just stupid and I don't remember. My brain don't remember.
その他いくつかの理由から事件発生は間違いないものと断定しました。
On the other hand, this is also 3 years before Keiichi arrives into the story. Yeah, this is in 75, I believe. When Keiichi comes around, it's 78, right? Shit, I don't remember. Fuck. Please correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. Here they omitted the details that brought this incident to light. If you think about it a bit, that meant that before this incident happened, the minister's residence has been under surveillance already. I won't use the word spied upon. Why not? It's the same fucking thing. Of course, there wouldn't have been court approval for this, and it would have been very hard to explain to ordinary citizens. However, it was quite an effective method to catch wind of incidents like this before they got worse. I'd like for you to understand that dealing with these cases before they become a problem is the job of the Public Safety Division.
なぜ警察に通報せず要求を鵜呑みに？
大臣たる者が警察を信用できないってんだから。よっ
True.
犯人グループは誘拐初期に自分たちが大臣の生活をかなり高度に監視していることを警告し、その証拠を示した様子です。大臣が屈服し、警察への通報も思いとどまるほどの何かですね。
警察へ通報してもすぐにわかるぞって？
大臣の近辺に内通者がいる可能性か。
Several of the higher-ranking members who seem to have experience with this kind of thing, let out deep sighs.
犯人グループの目的が要求にあるのか、事件そのものにあるのかは不明ですが、いずれにせよ、国益を脅かす事態に発展する可能性が極めて高い。
If their goal was to simply have their demands met for monetary gain, that would have been nice. However, if this was some politically motivated shakeup, things would get a lot more complicated.
被害者の協力がないということは、脅迫内容も要求も一切不明ということか。
本件は内通者の水準がかなり高いと思われるため、当室のみの極秘捜査とします。また本件は本日より最優先事項となり、これまでの通常業務を一時凍結して対応します。よろしいですね。
After that, the supervisor continued on, tactfully explaining our course of action. If this incident were to become public, it was possible that the minister's political life would be over. I'll spare you the explanation of how the rest of the dominoes would fall, but in the end, support in the Diet would decline, followed by the no covenants vote in a snap election. And it might even expand communist influences. In other words, we wanted to handle this delicately.
川崎と佐伯は大臣宅子供宅の通話を24時間監視。大臣の動向を探れ。動きがあるたびに逐一報告せよ。残る各職員は担当団体ごとに本件との関連を調査。最近動きが不穏な特殊ラインは集中的にやれ。それから外国勢力も水を漏らすな。
I've experienced one or two unadmissible situations before. This, however, was the first time I've seen things get so hectic. Several sophisticated conversations were progressing without the involvement of a rookie like me. I didn't intend to be timid, but I couldn't hide my confusion at this unfamiliar situation.
では、書き打ちに行ってくれ。で、赤坂君は
I snapped back to alertness upon hearing my name called.
はい。
赤坂君は大臣に陳情してきた環境保護団体関連を調査してくれ。中でも新聞でも騒ぎになってるHinamizawaダム建設反対の団体をよく調査すること。住民団体の仕業とは到底思えないが、全ての可能性を潰していかなくてはならない。
わかりました。Hinamizawaダム反対か。
直接現地へ行った方がいいだろう。現地県警で情報を取れ。かなり過激な団体らしく、向こうの公安でもマークしてるらしいぞ。
わかりました。現地へ出向します。
奥さん、出産控えてるんだって？こんなタイミングで申し訳ないけど、協力頼むよ。時間がかけられないから、人海戦術で総当たりで行くしかないんだ。
ええ、わかってます。家内も自分の都合が私の仕事に触ることを嫌いますから。
すまん、ありがとう。それから川崎くん、佐伯くん、君たちの応援には。
I didn't want to take a business trip when my wife was about to give birth. Even if I was a little busy, as long as I was in Tokyo, I could head to the hospital right away. On assignment, though, that would be difficult. Even so, I knew the work I was doing was important, and fully understood that I was in no position to be so selfish. I'd have to make it up to my wife for having to be away at such an important time. My wife, Yuki, would probably forgive me with a smile. The only thing she could hate doing would be holding me back. My male ego, though, at least wished she would have tried to stop me. Sorry, Yuki. I don't mind if you always complain to our child that their father couldn't come to the hospital when they were born because he was too busy with work. The next day, I took the bullet train to Nagoya, and from there transferred to the train to blank prefecture. Getting to my destination by land took several hours. If I was traveling by air in that amount of time, I could probably get as far as Hong Kong. Blank prefecture was by no means close. There we go. Simple words. I can read them. I never sat in first class except for work, but whenever I did, the seats seemed stiff. Closing my eyes, I mentally reviewed the documents I read yesterday. The group under investigation, the Onigafuchi Defense Alliance. They were a group of residents opposed to the development proposed under the Hinamizawa Dam project. The local protests were quite heated and were getting more radicalized. Even limited to what was written in the newspapers, there was bloodshed that occurred during a clash with the riot police, interference with the dam construction, too many to count. The number of petitions, sit-ins, and direct appeals to the relevant organizations were innumerable. As an extension of that, there was a direct appeal to the Minister of Construction the other day.
これがそもそも今回この団体を調査することになったゆえんだ。
Sounds like it. 44 entering 45 minutes. All right. I'm feeling somewhat good, so I might go ahead and push it along an hour. All right. I might have to make some edits in the video. Not something I like to do, but looks like I'm going to have to do it. The land that they lived on was going to be submerged, so it was no wonder they would go into a frenzy over it. Even given that, though, could they really be capable of doing something like kidnapping the Minister of Construction's grandson in order to halt the project? Probably. From my take on it, I had serious doubts. This kidnapping plot was extremely sophisticated and complicated enough that it was believed that there was political backing. This wasn't something that could be pulled off by some group of local protesters. Well, just like the chief said, the plan was to eliminate all possibilities. While I'm in the Blank's police's reference room, taking my time investigating, the higher-ups in Tokyo would probably solve the case, without my involvement entirely. Even if that was true, I couldn't regret being away from Tokyo while my wife was ready to give birth. This was work. There was really nothing that I could do. Ding dong! The announcement that we would be arriving at our destination soon snapped me back into wakefulness. Alright. Kogura.
鬼ヶ淵死守同盟。
ええ、地元ではかなり賑わせているようです。
The Prefectural Public Safety Department already had the documents and a cup of tea ready and waiting for me.
早い話がダム反対の住民運動なんですが、事実上水没地域の住民すべてが決起したと言っていいでしょうね。死守なんて古風な言い方が示す通り、相当の決意と覚悟を持った連中です。そこら辺の温和な住民団体とは一線を画すと思っていただいた方がいいですね。
The stack of papers they had prepared for me in the document room was by no means thin.
発足当初はごくごく平均的な住民運動だったんです。それがいつだかの流血事件を境に急にヒートアップしまして、今では暴力主義団体かそれに準じるくらいの過激な勢力に成長したと言えますね。
Violent organizations usually indicate ones that enforce their own ideology without regards to the democratic process. Breaking that down, many of these organizations held extreme left revolutionary ideologies. Considering that, I couldn't help but be surprised that a citizens group would end up going this far. Radical citizens movements happen occasionally. It seemed, however, that this group was nothing as trifling as that. It seemed that I would have to reconsider exactly what this Onigafuchi Defense Alliance was.
鬼ヶ淵死守同盟が要求。つまり、ダム計画の撤回を求めるために行いうる活動範囲はどの程度でしょうか？
The kidnapping of the minister's grandson was classified. That meant, of course, I couldn't tell the prefectural department about it either.
ご存知の通り、先週あった犬飼建設大臣への直訴事件では逮捕者も出ています。危険性は十分にありますね。
I skimmed over the list of criminal records related to the Onigafuchi Defense Alliance recorded in the documents. The contents were all violent, not giving me the barest hint of a feeling that these people were trying to uphold the law.
具体的に教えていただけますか？
The chief opened up a manila envelope, fished out several unorganized sheets, and spread them out on my desk.
建設現場への襲撃事件が最も多かったですね。初期の頃、電源コードの切断や錠前の鍵穴に石を詰める、投石による事務所の窓ガラス割り等の軽犯罪が頻発していました。
Okay, those are petty crimes, yes. Of course, what really happened first were things like demonstrations, sit-ins, and distributing of pamphlets, lively but democratic forms of protests. However, then the demonstrators and police clashed, which started a riot, leading to numerous injuries and arrests. It was then that the Onigafuchi Defense Alliance like their name implies, began to take a more demonic form of resistance.
襲撃が度重なれば地元警察による警備強化がなされるのでは。
それは警戒はしたでしょうね。
I'm actually going to go ahead and boost the voice up a little bit. Alright.
でもあちらは地元ですから。
Yeah, there we go.
闇に乗じて忍び込まれたらお手上げでしょう。
You might as well label the entire map of Hinamizawa village around the dam construction site enemy territory. No matter how alert the police were, the locals would just show them exactly how easy it was to sneak around.
警察が警備を固めてからは、むしろ挑発されたように過激化が進みました。ほら、この辺りからだいぶヒートアップしてるのがお分かりになります？
事務所の放火、建設重機の破壊工作。破壊？
Huh.
まさか爆弾でも？
いや、まさか。
Molotovs!
連中ですね。タンクに角砂糖を放り込むんですよ。
Or that.
あれやられたらエンジン焦げついちゃいますから。
Even in Japan, it seemed that there had been people doing that to the vehicles of occupying forces right after the war. Compared to misdemeanors like breaking windows, it was extremely violent and aggressive.
そこまでやられたら地元警察の面目は丸つぶれですね。
放火はさすがにですね。それで地元警察が24時間体制の人員を大幅に増員しまして、それで建設現場への襲撃は一段落したようです。
He used the words quieted down, but that was still smack dab in the middle of the list of crimes.
で、連中ですね。現場への直接攻撃が難しくなったとしたら、今度は個人攻撃に切り替えました。最初に狙われたのが工事事務所の現場作業者でした。
After that, there was silence. What was being described to me was a guerrilla war fought in the jungle. Threats and violence against the workers. Harsh words and harsher rocks were thrown.
かなりの告訴がされているのに逮捕者があまり出ていませんね。
そりゃそうです。第一、目撃者なんかいないんですから。それどころか現行犯だったにしたってアリバイがポンポンポンとできちゃうんです。
それはどういうことですか？
例えばですね、あなたがひなみ沢で歩いていて、ある男にナイフで刺されたとします。あなたは相手をよく覚えていて、名前も住所も特定できてるとします。ただし、ナイフには指紋がなく、物的証拠だけがない。まあ、ありがちな傷害事件だと思うでしょ？でも、ひなみ沢じゃ完全犯罪なんです。
Everybody is, the entire village. They're all in on it. To protect the man who was the perpetrator, they'll get their story straight and prepare an alibi. To that end, they'll probably even forge some evidence.
裁判にもつれ込ますほかないわけですが、何しろ物的証拠はない上、犯人を隠匿する証言だけは後から増えていく。検察も書類送検には二の足を踏むわけです。殺人ならいざ知らず、投石で額を切った、殴られてあざができた程度だと、仮に犯人を特定できたとしても、嫌疑不十分で送検されないことがほとんどです。
That's just... Oh god. That's actually scary, alright? Oh god damn. Every case is without a doubt perpetrated by someone in Hinamizawa, but they can't identify who. Even if they could figure out who it is, they're unable to obtain enough circumstantial evidence through due process. The villagers were all extremely well informed about this, and so the malicious, vicious, and tedious personal attacks continued.
被害者はそれでは納得できないでしょう。検察審査会に再審請求を出さないのですか？
それはですね、審査員たちがみんな 厄介ごとに巻き込まれたくないと思っているからですよ。Hinamizawa関係のトラブルには首を突っ込みたがらないんです。
The inquest committee is comprised of a random selection of local residents. In the event the prosecutor fails to get a conviction, they have the power to order a retrial. It's a system designed to assert the will of the people on the actions of expert prosecutors in the legal world. In this case, however, being composed of local residents has backfired.
首を突っ込みたがらない。それはなぜです？
なんて説明すればいいんでしょう。恐れられているって言えばいいのかな。あそこはね、少し特殊なんです。
特殊？何か政治的なバックボーンが存在するということですか？
いえ、そういうのとは少し違うというか、まあ怖がられていると思ってください。この辺りは口では少し説明しにくいんです。ああ、そうだ。わかりやすいのがありました。
Wiping his forehead with a handkerchief, he opened a file labeled as a list of members of the Onigafuchi Defense Alliance.
鬼ヶ淵死守同盟の勢力にはですね、近隣の町々に強い影響力を持つ人間が多々おりまして。
Are they about to harbor on the big three families?
この辺をご覧いただけますか？
I looked. What I saw startled me. Prefectural and municipal assembly members, staff members of the Chamber of Commerce, an executive of a business association, an executive of a town council association, and a PTA liaison. There were more than a few people with a lot of say both locally and in the neighboring regions.
この界隈では、Hinamizawaのダム反対運動は皆静観しているのが普通なんです。
Everyone's watching.
ダムを肯定するような発言をすると、どこでどう巡って不利益を被るかわからない。何しろ近隣の町の喉元はHinamizawa出身の人間が抑えていますからね。
検察審査員のリストは非公開でしょう。報復がされないように何らかの措置が取られているはずでは。
一応非公開でプライバシーは守られてますがね。それを管理してるのは沖宮市役所の人間、つまり地元の人間なんです。守秘義務があるとはいえ、やはり人間のつながりは分かりませんからね。
True.
Hinamizawaの人間はそのあたりのつながりがことのほか強固ですから。
When you consider the obligations and duties people have to the region, the web of information thereby formed is nothing to scoff at. It's not uncommon for housewives in the neighborhood to know which kid from which house is what grade in which school, what subjects they're good at, and what vegetables they hate, among other things. Gossiping little shits.
それにほら、Hinamizawaと遅延の深い暴力団組織がありましてね。これが今回の騒動に全面バックアップしてるらしいんです。こちらが出てくるのが一番効いてるみたいですね。
暴力団？ダムの建設反対で住民と一致？どういう利害が一致するのか読みがたいですね。
それは難しいことじゃないです。実はですね、この暴力団の組長がですね、Hinamizawa村の出身なんです。村の重鎮の一人の婿養子にあたりまして。
Exactly what was this Hinamizawa? I had thought it was some desolate rustic village. However, for some reason, they exerted a strong influence on the surrounding areas and had a strong sense of unity. They would protect their village by any means necessary, even if that meant resorting to violence. The chief had said that they were afraid because there were numerous influential people living there. But somehow I got the feeling that they were afraid of the village itself. There was something clearly different from what I had read in the documents in Tokyo. This was no simple residential protest against a dam. For some reason, an uneasy feeling began to nestle itself at the back of my mind. I chose the most basic way to ask my question. In other words, I directly asked what I wanted to know.
室長、 これは例えば仮の話ですが。
はい。
例えばその鬼ヶ淵主導名がダム計画を頓挫させるため、例えば要人を脅迫するようなことは考えられますか？
The chief replied immediately.
あり得るでしょう。事実、彼らは市役所や県庁、建設省の工事事務所にも押しかけ、恫喝まがいのことをしていますし、工事関係者の家族が不審者につけ回されたという事件も起こっています。
Well, that would make sense. To halt progress on the dam, they raided the construction site, destroying heavy machinery and lighting the construction office on fire. If they didn't have any qualms about doing that, threats and violence against people related to the dam would probably be no problem. But that was it. Even your everyday hoodlum could use threats and violence. However, this time it was the kidnapping of the minister's grandson, an abnormally high-level crime. Not only was pulling off the kidnapping difficult in the first place, but so was maneuvering to have the minister surrender to their demands immediately. There was no way this was the work of amateurs. Did these people have the power to enact this large of a crime? That was the heart of the matter. Was the Onigafuchi Defense Alliance an organization capable of pulling this off? In order to ask that question once again, I chose the most basic method.
例えば政府要人の関係者を誘拐して脅迫なんてことがあり得ると思いますか？
There was no way they could pull off something that big. That was the answer I most hoped for. If it was that answer, my work was as good as halfway done. I might be able to get back to in time for my wife to give birth. That was how it was supposed to be. The chief, without a hint of hesitation, replied,
やるかもしれません。
There you have it.
そこの知れない連中ですから。
Sorry, Yuki. It seemed like my work wouldn't end so simply after all.
おう、赤坂君か。ご苦労さん。担当地域での情報収集はどうですか？
順調です。これから現地警察の公安と接触できることになりましたので、現地へ向かう予定です。東京の調査の方はどうですか？
他の職員も順調に調査を進めているよ。でも調べる団体が星の数だからね。そんなに悠長に時間もかけられないし。
There were no new developments at this time. No matter how suspicious the Onigafuchi Defense Alliance was, if they solved the case in Tokyo, my job was done. It looked like my wishful thinking wouldn't come to pass. Hanging up the phone, I let my gaze drift outside the window to the valley of unfamiliar buildings.
赤坂さん、今お貸しできる車が戻ってきました。ご案内しますので、こちらへどうぞ。
あ、すみません。
Yay, we get to have a car and drive around. Vroom, vroom. He showed me to the elevator to the underground parking lot where a battered sedan was waiting for me. Oh, god damn it. That the steering wheel kept drifting to the left was a little concerning, but it would be enough to get me around for a while. My destination was Shishibone City, Blank Prefecture, an area under the control of the Onigafuchi Defense Alliance. The Okonomiya police station was right on the front lines. Oh my god, are we about to meet Oishi-san? Oishi-washi? Little fucker. That little bitch! Well, he's not little, actually. Okay, how long have I been recording for? An hour and 4 minutes. I will, for now, end it here. Hopefully you all enjoyed it for as long as this was going on for, because bleh. Again, I don't know how the audio is between the mic and the in-game audio. If you have any concerns about it, please let me know down in the comments below. Any feedback will help me greatly. Let me know if one thing is higher, one thing is lower. Please help me out. It's a new setup, new computer, new settings. I need to get shit figured out. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it for as long as you could. If you did, please leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because there will be more Higurashi coming soon. So hope to see you all next time, and until then, please stay sinful.